Okay, so last class I have explained you that three things are required for combustion to take place. First thing, it has to be a combustible substance. Second thing, presence of oxygen. And third thing, ignition temperature. If these three things, any one is missing, then combustion cannot take place. Okay. Now in the last class I have already explained you what are combustible substances, ignition temperature. Ignition temperature means the minimum temperature at which any substance catches fire. That means until and unless you will reach the ignition temperature, you can't burn anything. After reaching, for example, suppose a paper burned at a temperature of 40 degrees Celsius. I'm giving an example, okay? A paper burns at a temperature of maybe 60 degrees Celsius. A paper burn at a temperature of 60 degrees Celsius. That means if we are heating that paper and if we are not able to obtain 60 degree, then that paper will not catch fire. Once you will provide 60 degrees Celsius, that means once the paper is heated and its temperature reaches 60 degrees Celsius, then automatically it will start catching fire. Okay? Fine. Any object, it does not heat it quickly. Okay, that means it takes some time. That's why when we burn paper, after bringing the matchstick or a candle or a flame, anything near the paper, it don't immediately catch fire. It takes some time, because during this period paper is been heated up, and when it gets its ignition temperature, then only it catches fire. Okay. Okay. Now come to page number 66. We have read that the sun produces its own heat and light. Is it also some kind of combustion? So remember, the reaction what take place in sun is not a combustion. It is called fusion reaction. It's a chain reaction. In that case, oxygen is not required. Hydrogen, it fuses to form helium, and when it happens, huge amount of light and heat is produced. That is called fusion, and it's a chain reaction. So in the sun, heat and light are produced by nuclear reaction. You will learn about this process in higher classes. So this is called fusion. Okay, so when you will reach class 10, then you will be studying about fusion, fission, other reactions. Fine. Okay. You might have heard that when the clothes of a person catches fire, the person is covered with a blanket to extinguish fire. Can you guess why? So already I have told you, that means if a person catches fire, then we should use a thick blanket to cover that person, so that the supply of oxygen will reduce. The supply of oxygen will reduce and the fire will stop. Okay. Now recall some of your experiences. Does a matchstick burn by itself? Matchstick burn by itself or what? When we will keep a matchstick, will it burn by itself? No, it requires heat. Now heat, how it will require heat to burn? You have seen that when we take a matchbox, we scratch there. We press the matchstick over a matchbox. You have seen a layer is present on the side, zigzag zigzag portion is present. When we click that matchstick over that region, it produces friction. Friction produces heat. Friction means when two body interact with one another, it produces heat. For example, if you take your hand and if you rub it this way, you will see that heat will produce. Just check it by your own. Just rub it and check. So does it produce heat? Yes. When we will rub, it will produce heat. That means that is a friction. So same thing we do with matchstick and a matchbox. When we press a matchstick over a matchbox, it produces friction. It touch that region and it produces a friction. And because of that, heat is produced. And that heat can burn a matchstick. Okay. You must have heard an experience of burning a piece of paper. Does it burn when a burning matchstick is brought near it? When you will bring a matchstick, burning matchstick, immediately it will catch fire or what? No. It takes some time, and it will catch only and only when it reaches its ignition temperature. So can you burn a piece of wood by burning a lighted matchstick near it? Suppose you are having a wood. If I take a burning matchstick, I'll try to burn a wood. Will it be possible to burn? No, because wood has more ignition temperature, and this matchstick cannot provide that much ignition temperature. That's why you have seen that during the winter, when you start a bonfire, that means when you are burning a wood, you put some paper, maybe kerosene, maybe plastic to burn the wood. We heat the, that means we burn the paper, slowly it heated up, we put another paper, then slowly temperature rises up, and when it rises up, it catches fire to the wood. You used to do that way, right? Have you ever seen a matchstick is been taken and directly put on a wood and it catches fire? No, it does not happen that way. If you are using a kerosene, that is different thing. That means you require some other thing to increase its ignition temperature. Okay. Why do you have to use paper or kerosene oil to start fire in wood or coal? So why we required this? As I already told you, that wood or coal requires more ignition temperature. That means they required more heat. So if we put paper, plastic, kerosene, then only its ignition temperature can be increased and wood or charcoal can catch fire. Okay. Have you heard of forest fire? Forest fire. Recently, you have seen that Australia, America, some country, they were having forest fire. How it happened? It can be by mistakenly or it can be done naturally. Mistakenly means how? Suppose during the, that means when this season, when leaves start falling, I think it is called autumn or what? It is called autumn, I think. So leaves, they start falling, and after falling, it dry up. That means that this leaves, they dry up. Okay, they lose water molecules, so they become dry. I think you have seen dry leaves, right? Yes or no? You have seen dry leaves. So when leaves fall from tree, it lie on the ground. Slowly it dry up. It become dry. And when so many leaves in the forest, huge trees are there, right? So many trees are there, large number of trees are there. So every trees, they start shedding their leaves. So when they fall on the ground, they dry up. And when the sun rays strike the dry leaves, it continuously heated up, and it gets its ignition temperature. And when the dry leaves gets its ignition temperature, it catches fire, and slowly whole forest get fire. Okay, that can be done mistakenly also. Like suppose I went to forest and there were so many dry leaves. Okay, what I did, I I have burned a cigarette. Okay, I have burned a cigarette, and that matchstick I have thrown near the dry leaves. So because of that matchstick also, that leaves can catch fire. Or maybe after smoking, I'll throw that cigarette somewhere, and that cigarette will allow an ignition temperature to the dry leaves, and the leaves can catch fire. Understood? So it can be done mistakenly or naturally. Okay, mistakenly, that means we people, we are doing that. And naturally, that means nature by its own it decide. Okay. Okay. Come to page number 67. Do these experiences tell you that different substances catches fire at different temperature? Definitely. All substances do not catch fire by its own. Some required more heat, some required less heat. As already I told you that CNG, LPG, they required a very less temperature. That means their ignition temperature is very low. That's why they catches fire with a single spark. Okay. But some object like wood, charcoal, they required more temperature. That means their ignition temperature is high. The lowest temperature at which a substance catches fire is called its ignition temperature. So ignition temperature, as already I told you, that means any object catches fire when it reach an ignition temperature. After that only it will catch fire. Otherwise, whole life if you are burning, if you are not able to obtain the ignition temperature, it will never catch fire. Okay. Can you tell now why a matchstick does not catch fire on its own at room temperature? So definitely, if the ignition temperature of matchstick is more than room temperature. Okay, the ignition temperature of matchstick is more than room temperature. If the ignition temperature is less than the, that means the ignition temperature of matchstick, if it is less than, if it is less than room temperature, then if we take out matchstick in our house, it will catch fire by its own. Understood or not? The ignition temperature of matchstick is more than room temperature. That's why it don't catches fire by its own. But there are some substances which catches fire, when it is kept in a room temperature. That means it is been kept somewhere in your room. If you will take that substance out, it will catch fire. And that is called white phosphorus, yellow phosphorus. It catches fire by its own when you will take it out in your room. Understood? Understood? Why does the matchstick start burning on rubbing it on the sides of the matchbox? Because it get friction, and when friction is done, it produces heat. So due to that heat, it gets its ignition temperature. Okay. I don't know you have ever seen or not, when a matchstick is wet, जब matchbox भीगा हुआ होता है, when you try to burn it, does it catch fire? No, because its ignition temperature is very high. Its ignition temperature is very high, and it is difficult to get its ignition temperature when the matchstick or matchbox is wet. Okay. Now let's move to history. The history of matchstick is very old. More than 5,000 years ago, small piece of pine wood, that means many years back, around 5,000 years back, people how they have made matchstick. Okay. Many years back, around 10,000 years back, fire was discovered. Okay. Fire was discovered. And then slowly people, they were able to control fire. That means they can produce by its own. That means whenever I want, I can produce fire. That means by using a matchstick, by using a lighter, or maybe some other thing I can produce. But in the initial stage, 10,000 years back, fire was discovered, but they don't know how to control it. Are you getting my point or not? 10,000 साल पहले फायर तो डिस्कवर हो गया था, लेकिन उसको कैसे बनाया जाए, कैसे कंट्रोल करके जाए रखे, they don't know. Now, whenever we required fire, we can produce by our own. How? By matchstick, matchbox. The history of matchstick is very old. more than 5,000 years ago, small piece of pine wood. They take pine wood dipped in sulfur. They dipped in sulfur, okay, that means the top. Dipped in sulfur were used as matches in ancient Egypt. The modern safety match was developed only about 200 years ago. So, ancient time, 5,000 years back, that means this Greek people, okay, Egypt, what they do, they take a pine stick. During that time, matchstick was big. Matchstick was very big, like your pencil. Okay, it was so big, and the top it was dipped by a sulfur. That was very dangerous. If sulfur is touched to your body, and uh, when you will try to rub in a matchstick, that cloth also can catch fire. It was very difficult. Okay, so this modern safety matchbox was discovered 200 years back only. पहले तकलीफ था, माचिस जलाने से खुद को भी आग लग जाता था, हाथ जल जाता था. But now it has been changed, modified. Now when you are burning a matchstick, it don't catches fire to your body. Are you able to understand? Okay. So a mixture of antimony trisulfate, a mixture of antimony trisulfate, potassium chlorate, and white phosphorus with some glue and starch was applied on the head of the match made of suitable wood. So what they do, they take a wood, thin wood, like matchstick we have seen, right? So matchstick, they used to take a stick, they make a mixture of antimony trisulfate, potassium chlorate, and white phosphorus, and they take some glue. Okay, they took some glue to attach, okay, चिपकाने के लिए glue, and starch was applied on the head. Starch, that means it produces friction. Starch produces friction. I don't know you have ever seen or not starch. Maybe you have you ever cut potato? Have you ever cut potato? So after cutting potato, when it dry up, when your hands dry up, after few minutes, you will see that when you rub your hand, you feel like some rough substance are present in your hand. Have you ever noticed? Have you ever feel that? आलू काटने के बाद जब वो सूख जाता है, हाथ सूख जाता है, काटते समय गीला हो जाता है हाथ, जब सूख जाता है, when you rub this way, you will feel that it is very rough. वो बहुत रफ होता है, कुछ कुछ उठा, मतलब ऊंचा नीचा चीज ऐसा हाथ में फील होता है. Actually that is starch. It produces friction. Okay, and because of that friction only it catches fire. When stuck against a rough surface, that means whenever we struck with a rough surface, it produces friction, and friction produces heat. So when struck against a rough surface, white phosphorus got ignited due to the heat of friction. This start the combustion of the match. However, white phosphorus proved to be dangerous both for the worker involved in the manufacturing of matchstick and for the users. So this white phosphorus is very dangerous. Why? Because if you don't make this matchstick properly, I already told you that white phosphorus and yellow phosphorus can catch fire at room temperature also. Okay, they catch fire below room temperature also. That means if we don't prepare this one in a proper way, that can be dangerous. Okay, whole factory of workers, they can die with this. Understood? This was 200 years back, but now recently we have made a matchstick which is very safe. Let's see what is that. These days the head of the safety matchstick contain only antimony trisulfate and potassium chloride. Okay, they don't use white phosphorus. Okay, nowadays only antimony trisulfide and potassium chloride, these two substances are used. The rubbing surface has powdered glass. They put powder glass. Powder glass means what? How can I tell you? When you cut a glass, like when you cut, you have seen when we cut a wood using a saw. When we use a saw and when we cut, it produces some powder like substances, right? Same way when we will rub glass, it produces glass powder. That powder is been sticked there. Okay, so these days the head of the safety match contain only antimony trisulfate and potassium chloride. The rubbing surface has powdered glass and a little red phosphorus. Red phosphorus is not so dangerous. Okay, which is much less dangerous, because white phosphorus and yellow phosphorus can catch fire at room temperature, but this red phosphorus do not. Okay, so that's why we are safe. That means we can increase its ignition temperature more than room temperature. Okay, when the matchstick is struck against the rubbing surface, some red phosphorus get converted into white phosphorus. This immediately react with potassium chloride in the matchstick head to produce enough heat to ignite antimony trisulfate and start the combustion. That means when we take this matchstick head and when we rub on the rough surface, then the red phosphorus present on this react with that that means react when it is heated up. That means when we rub, it produces heat. Friction produces heat. This heat turns red. This heat turns red phosphorus into white phosphorus, which help to catch fire. Okay, but in very less quantity. Understood? Okay. Have you ever heard? I think everyone, you went to marriage ceremony or maybe birthday party, right? Everybody. Okay, in birthday or marriage ceremony, you have seen plastic cup disposal. Once it is used and it has been thrown. You have seen, right? Okay. By using this cup, we can make tea. That means in this plastic cup, I can make tea. Surprised to hear, right? But it is possible. It is possible. How? Even in paper also you can make. In paper also you can make tea. Paper can catch fire, right? But that's what I'll tell you how. Take a glass, plastic glass, okay? Pour some water. Pour some water up to whatever level. Suppose this much is the glass, okay? And you have pour up to this much, okay? When you will heat from the bottom, you'll see that water start boiling, and due to this heat, what you will observe, the top portion of this cup, that means that plastic, will start melting. It will start melting because this upper portion of the plastic do not have that much ignition temperature, but the bottom one where water is present, due to this water, the ignition temperature of this plastic increases very much. Understood? जब पानी ग्लास में था, जब पानी ग्लास में है, तो पानी में आग नहीं लग सकता, यानी ग्लास में भी आग नहीं लग सकता, उसका इग्निशन टेम्परेचर बढ़ जाएगा. लेकिन अगर हम लोग खाली ग्लास को अगर जलाए तो ग्लास का इग्निशन टेम्परेचर कम है, प्लास्टिक ग्लास का, वो आसानी से जल जाएगा. लेकिन उसमें अगर हम पानी डाल के जलाएं तो वो नहीं जलेगा, क्योंकि उसका इग्निशन टेम्परेचर बढ़ जाएगा. That means this way we can easily prepare tea, or even you can boil egg. It is very interesting. You can try in your home, but you have to be very safe, okay? Otherwise you can burn yourself. So be careful, okay? You can try with a plastic cup. Take two brick and put that brick together, and one cup, plastic cup, okay, filled with water, put it on the top so that it will not fall, okay? Don't try to hold it by your hand, otherwise you can burn yourself. And at the bottom, from the bottom, what you can do, you can use a candle to burn the, that means to heat the glass. And after few minutes you will see that the water start boiling without damaging the glass, okay? So you can try this activity at home, but you have to be very careful, okay? So this already I have told you, okay? This cup you can see at the bottom, page number 67. So this example already I have told you, you can try, okay, by your own. Now let's move to page number 68. If we continue heating the cup, we can even boil water in the paper cup. So we can boil, no problem, because its ignition temperature will be more. Can you think of an explanation for this phenomenon? So why it happens? Phenomenon means anything which can be proved by using scientific laws, theorem, activities, or anything, facts, that is called phenomenon, okay? Like lightning is a phenomenon, that means this can be proved. Earthquake is a natural phenomenon, okay, this can be proved. Why it happens, how it happens, when it happens, we don't know that, okay? Where it happens, that also we don't know, but why it happens, we know that, okay? The heat supplied to the paper cup is transferred to water by conduction. So if the presence of water, the ignition temperature of paper is not rich, hence it does not burn. Is it clear? That means when we put water in a paper cup or a plastic cup, when we will burn, this plastic will heat it up, and that heat will be transferred to the water. That means the ignition temperature of water is more. So more means it cannot be burned, okay? So what happens, this plastic cup or a paper cup do not catch fire because it don't get its ignition temperature, and we can boil water easily, or we can make tea easily, or we can even boil egg also. The substance which have very low ignition temperature and can easily catch fire with a flame, with a very single flame, that means very simple, even a spark, that type of substances are known as inflammable substances. That means those substances which has very low ignition temperature and catch fire easily, okay, this type of substances are called inflammable substances. So here examples are given, like alcohol, I don't know you have seen or not, in movies and all you have seen that people, what they do, they put some alcohol, that means if they want to kill someone, generally enemies, that means villain, they want to burn someone, what they do, they put alcohol over them and they burn them. Have you ever seen this scenes? Have you ever seen this type of scene? So it happens, you can try also. Petrol is also there, but we can burn with alcohol also. If you are having a pure alcohol, you can try, you can put in some paper and you can just put a matchstick, you will see that it catches fire very easily. So they are inflammable substances. LPG, CNG, this all are inflammable substances, even biogas also, okay, biogas also. And not only this, liquid hydrogen also, liquid hydrogen also, it is very inflammable substances. Inflammable substances, that means this substances catches fire but in a controlled manner. But if you are having a liquid hydrogen, liquid hydrogen, and even a single spark can be a huge disaster. Like suppose if I am having a liquid hydrogen in my house, okay, in my house, and by mistakenly there was a leakage in liquid hydrogen, and the hydrogen was removing, okay, from a packet or somewhere, and by mistakenly someone has burned a cigarette also, okay, in that case there will be a very big blast like a bomb. Boom, there will be a big blast, okay, and that is very dangerous also. So this is also a inflammable substances. Liquid hydrogen is used in rockets, okay, as a fuel. So these are some inflammable substances. Clear? Now how do we control fire? Now how can we control fire? Remember that fire catches due to, that means where fire catch. Three things are required to get fire. One is combustible substance, second thing is oxygen, and third is ignition temperature. Now suppose I told you before also, out of these three any one is removed, then you can easily stop fire. Now suppose I'm having a house. My house catches fire, okay, due to some reason there was a fire, that means my house got fire, okay. Now in these things I am having a oxygen in the atmosphere, I am having combustible substance, that means house, I am having ignition temperature. These three things I have, okay. Can I reduce combustible substance? Can I reduce or remove combustible substance? Can I remove combustible? Not possible. It is not possible every time to remove combustible substance. How you will remove house? You can't remove that. Big things you can't remove. Small thing like suppose a matchstick is burned, you can easily put and you can remove. No problem. But a big house, how you will remove big house? It is difficult. Okay. So in this case, what you can do, you can cut off the supply of oxygen. Okay, we cut off the supply of oxygen, and when we cut off the supply of oxygen, the ignition temperature goes down. Okay, we cut off the supply of oxygen, then slowly when the oxygen is off, then the temperature reduces, okay, and it reduces to the it will reduce below the ignition temperature, then definitely the substance stop fire. Are you getting my point or not? So whenever there is a fire in someone's house or maybe somewhere, we can't remove the combustible substance. Like in a forest, forest catches fire, okay. So can we remove forest or what? Can we remove forest? We can't remove forest. We can't remove combustible substance. What we can do, we can reduce oxygen, and when oxygen is reduced, then automatically ignition temperature will reduce, okay. Okay, so you have seen when a room catches fire, a house catches fire, firefighters they come and they start throwing water, okay, they start throwing water, and this water what it does, it reduce the ignition temperature. That means it, when we throw water over fire, then what it does, the water heated up very quickly and it converted into vapor. Vapor, you know what is vapor, right? It converted into vapor. So this vapor are little heavy. So what what it happens, it covers the surface with water vapor. ओके और जब वाटर वेपर से पूरा कवर रहता है तो ऑक्सीजन का सप्लाई जो है उसमें नहीं जाता है. And when oxygen is not reached to that region, then automatically ignition temperature is lower down, and this way water stop, fire stops. Understood? मतलब आग लग गया तो उसमें पानी डालते हैं, पानी डालने से क्या होता है, गर्मी की वजह से वो भाप बन जाता है. ये भाप जो है थोड़ा हैवी रहता है, वो आग के चारों तरफ में वो भाप बना रहता है, जिससे ऑक्सीजन का सप्लाई जो है अंदर नहीं आ पाता है. जब अंदर नहीं आता है तो इग्निशन टेम्परेचर कम होने लगता है और आग बुझ जाता है. ठीक है. बट रिमेंबर दैट वाटर इज नॉट एक्सेप्टेड एवरीवेयर. Water is not accepted everywhere. If fire, if that means if a room catches fire due to electric shock, if the room catches or anywhere it catches fire due to electric current, in that case if you are using water, it means that you are increasing fire, because water is a good conductor of heat, and when you will pour water over that room, then it will catch more fire. Understood? So in that reason, in that case we use carbon dioxide or sand. Okay, we use carbon dioxide or sand. I don't know you have seen or not, in your house if you are having a fire extinguisher, or definitely every school is having this. So when you enter to your school, that means near your campus, that means in your school campus, definitely you will be having some bucket, balti, red color bucket, and in that bucket you will see that there are some sand. I don't know you have ever seen or not. So that sand are used to stop fire when a fire is caught because of electric shock. Okay. Okay, now let's move. How do we control fire? So already I have explained you. Now let's see. You must have seen or heard of fire breaking out in homes, shops, and factories. If you have seen such an accident, write a short description in your notebook. Also, share the experiences with your classmate. Find out the telephone number of the fire service in your area. So, do you know what is the telephone number of firefighters? Police, you know, right? Police is 100. 100. Ambulance is 101. 101. And fire brigade is 102. Okay, so when you'll call in this number, you'll get it easily. Okay. Find out the telephone number of the fire service in your area. You can have mobile number also. Okay, firefighters mobile number also. If a fire breaks out in your house or in your neighborhood, the first thing to do is to call the fire service. Okay, first of all, you should call a fire service. It is important that remember that whenever your room catches fire, okay, like suppose this room catches fire, okay, I'm having electricity in my house, I'm having current in my house. So remember that what I believe, first thing what you should do if you are having a chance to do that, first of all you switch off your currents. Switch off your currents means directly you move to a place where you are having a main supply line. Everyone has a meter box, right? So you should switch off that meter. Okay, just pull out the MCV or maybe whatever you are having, fuse or anything, just remove that or just put it off. then your room will be safe. Okay, you can catch fire, but there will be less destruction due to fire. Okay, it is important that all of us know the telephone number of the fire service. Yes, everybody should have. Does your city town have a firefighter bridge? Yes. When a fire brigade arrives, what does it do? It pour water on the fire. Water cools the combustible material so that its temperature is brought below its ignition temperature. This prevents the fire from spreading. Water vapors also surround the combustible material, helping in cutting off the supply of air. Already I have told you, okay? So the fire is extinguished. You have learned that there are three essential requirements for producing fire. Already I told you, to produce a fire, three things are required: combustible substance, oxygen, and and ignition temperature. Remember that every time you can't remove combustible substances. What you can do, you can reduce oxygen, and when you will reduce oxygen, then automatically ignition temperature will reduce. So these are fuels, air and heat to raise the temperature of the fuel beyond the ignition temperature. Fire can be controlled by removing one or more of this requirement. The job of a fire extinguisher is to cut off the supply of air or to bring down the temperature of the fuel, or both. Okay, we can do both, but we can't remove combustible material. Notice that the fuel in most cases cannot be eliminated. Fuel means we are talking about combustible substance. Okay, so in all the cases we can't remove the combustible substances. If, for instance, a building catches fire, the whole building is the fuel. So you can't remove the building. Okay. Okay. Now remember that the most common fire extinguisher is water. Most common fire extinguisher is water. But remember that this water is not useful. This water is not useful if fire catches due to electric shock or oil. अगर मान लो इलेक्ट्रिक शॉक के वजह से फायर लग गया, आग लग गया, या तो फिर तेल में आग लग गया, इन दैट केस इफ यू आर यूजिंग वाटर देन इट इज यूजलेस. इलेक्ट्रिक शॉक में लगा, अगर आप यूज करोगे वो जलता ही रहेगा और ज़्यादा जलेगा. ठीक है. अगर तेल में लग गया, पानी डालोगे, तो यू नो दैट ऑयल इज लाइटर देन water. So what you will see, oil will float on water and it will continue to burn. ठीक है, वो जलता ही रहेगा. So in that case what you have to do, when a substance catches fire due to fuel, oil, in that case we will be using carbon dioxide. Okay, carbon dioxide. Some people say that we will use sand, but sand भी काम नहीं आएगा. When you are using a oil, अगर उसमें sand डाल देगा, sand में भी आग लग जाएगा. Have you ever seen or not? If you put kerosene on sand and if you burn, can sand catch fire? हाँ, वो जलता रहेगा. जब तक तेल है तब तक जलता ही रहेगा. So that means that is useless. So in that case what you have to do, you have to use a fire extinguisher. ठीक है. जब ऐसा चीज में लकड़ी वकड़ी में आग लगा है, इन दैट केस यू कैन यूज वाटर. बट इफ अ फायर कैचेस ड्यू टू electric shock, in that case you will be using carbon dioxide or sand. But if a substance catches fire due to oil, oil में आग लगा है, तेल में, in that case you will be using carbon dioxide. Is it clear to everyone? Okay. Now let's move to types of combustion. So combustion, different types of combustion are there. In your book only 3 is been given. Rapid combustion. Okay, rapid combustion means with the same speed it burns. Like your LPG, you have seen that when we burn LPG, it burns with same speed. That is called rapid combustion. Okay, so you will see that we find that the gas burn rapidly and produce heat and light. Such combustion is known as rapid combustion. Okay, with same speed it burns rapidly, continuously it burn, it will not stop. Okay, have you ever seen that your gas, LPG gas burn this way? Have you seen that way? Hi, it never happens. Have you seen? Sometime it will be more and sometime it is less. Sometime it is more, sometime it is less. It happens this way. No, it burns with a constant speed. It burns with a constant speed. एक ही स्पीड में जलता रहेगा, कम ज़्यादा नहीं होता है. Okay, that is called rapid combustion. Next is called spontaneous combustion. Spontaneous means suddenly it catches fire. Immediately it catches fire. Okay, spontaneously, fatak se. So the type of combustion in which a material suddenly bursts into flame without the application of any apparent cause is called spontaneous. For example, I don't know you have seen or not, like I told you, spontaneous this. If I take a white phosphorus or yellow phosphorus out in a room, then it catches fire easily. That is called spontaneous. Suddenly it will catch fire. Is it clear? Next, explosion. What is explosion? So explosion means in which heat, light and sound is produced. When we ignite means jalana. When we ignite a substance and if it produce heat, light and sound, then that type of substance is known as explosion. For example, I don't know you have seen or not, definitely in Diwali you have burned some crackers. So when you throw a crackers in a dark place, dark means the dark place means where light, very less amount of light is there. So when you throw, you have seen that first of all light, you can see light first. When you throw, light is produced, then sound is produced. Have you ever seen or not? First light will produce, then sound will produce, and then heat will produce. Okay, so this three things whenever it happens, that is called explosion. Some can be less explosion, some can be more explosive. Okay, fine. Okay, so next day we'll continue with our chapter. We'll start with flame. Okay.